computer. Go ahead, Kelsey, you want to do the opening mantras?
Sure. Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahmam, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Suklam Bharadaram Vishnum Sashivaranam, Chatupujam Prasanavaranam Dhyaye, Sarvavignopa Prashantaye. Om Bhurvavasuvah Tassaviturvayanyam Bhagodevasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Go ahead, Kelsey. Welcome, everybody.
Hey, welcome, Gerard, and everybody who will be watching this in the recording later. We are entering into the Navaratri time, and if you haven't felt the shift in weather and in energies and everything else, you're not paying attention. So, I know here in Labor Day weekend, we're cool, overcast, had a little rain this morning. So it's not your typical Labor Day weekend weather. So things have shifted in a lot of different ways, and will continue to do so because we are in big changing times. And with that being said, that's kind of how we're going into this Navaratri. We were trying to think of, well, what can we do? And a lot of the people who come to our classes have been doing this work for a lot of years. And so we felt that now is our time to start implementing what we've learned and how to help that in the creation. So an idea was brought forth to kind of help assist in this time of change on the planet. Both the planet's going through its changes. Humanity is definitely going through a whole lot of trials, tribulations, and changes to try to wake up the consciousness and bring it up. So we decided that the best thing we can do is to help assist and use some of these tools that Swami gave us. And we're choosing to use the tool of mirrorism. Mirrorism is when something reflects back to you something that you are not either seeing in yourself or something that you're not paying attention to. It gets your attention. So we're going to use that mechanism of mirrorism to help assist the planet to change the negativity to positivity. So we are going to go into a 41-day process using a particular mantra from Sri Chakra. And we're going to do that for 41 days. It culminates on the day before Vijay Dasami. And then we're doing a special yantra drawing during the 9 days of Navaratri that you'll save. And then we will burn those in a fire homa the night before Vijay Dasami, which is October
22nd, Sunday.
22nd, right? So it should be very, very powerful. We're already getting reflections back from the nature in large ways that we're, on the right track. So it should be very powerful, and hoping that it helps to start helping to shift what's on the planet right now.
Right.
So that's all I need to say.
Yeah. So really, this Mother Divine process is a continuation and accumulation of receiving energy, and it's about mastery. It's about understanding the mechanism of how to work with the nature in order to combat the I would say dark forces or negativity in the creation and flip it into a positive scenario. And this path, Sri Kalaswar's path, is about mastery. It's about understanding the importance of love, but also the importance of power. And the question comes up, how do you utilize it? How do you implement it? How do you understand it? How do you work with it in the creation? And it's no, it's evident to everybody that the reflections, the reflections of the nature tell us something about how the mother is responding to the activity within her creation. You know, Sri Kalashwar used to say towards the end of his life that the mother is going through a tremendous birthing process, and she's expressing a tremendous amount of pain and turmoil because that's what the nature does. If you give poison within the nature reflects it back to us. So I'm trying to explain a little bit in layman's terms so that we can all kind of understand what mastery is, what our relationship with Mother Divine could be, and to really become a real contribution to society and the planet. So I would say about maybe even up to the last days of Sri Kalashwar's um, life, he talked about how much negativity was on the planet. And he would talk about it in terms of 75%, 80% negativity, but he would refer to it to say it's out of balance. And then the nature is reflecting that there's too much negativity. And so as part of this meditation, you know, if we want to be a powerful contributor to the planet, we have to understand that we have to deepen our relationship with Mother Divine. We have to deepen our connection to the nature. We have to deepen our relationship with the energy contained within the nature. Then, through our individual and collective energy, we can start to begin to understand how we can implement positive energy into the creation and then hence make a change. Now it may not be this big deal, but being a positive vessel of divine energy and love and power at the same time affects the people around you. It affects the vibrations around you. It affects the interactions that you have on a daily basis. And that's how we, as masters, as people that want to connect to Mother Divine, are looking to implement. So, you know, a lot of us who practice meditation on a daily basis look to access that energy, access that love, access that power. Because when we are centered and grounded in the heart region, and when we are connecting to a higher divine energy, it's that energy that cuts through the illusions. It cuts through the negativity. It really does an alchemist's job of taking lemons and making lemonade. You know, a lot of people think that the spiritual path is about just bliss, you know, the bliss bunny effect. And for the most part, a lot of us were seeking out the spiritual path because A, we were in pain, and B, we were disconnected from our ourself and the nature. Have you ever noticed that whenever you are in pain, that when you go out in the nature and you go hiking, you go to the beach, you go for camping trips, whatever it is, that the anxiety, the disconnectedness, the feeling of being isolated begins to dissipate? And you ever wonder why that is? Kowski, you're muted.
Yeah, because you're releasing that into the nature, into you're using the elements to help to decharge whatever is you're holding on to. And you just, whether it's the water element or the earth when you're walking, or you're swimming, and it helps to decharge whatever it is that you're holding on to. And then after, you feel better. I mean, I make a regular practice when I'm out in the nature hiking, to sit down and meditate for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and just because you just feel so much relief and lighter afterwards. And there's an energy out there that is very present. So when you start connecting to it, miraculous things happen, whether it's the animals that show themselves, like I was coming back from camping and a coyote crossed my path, or
Really?
yeah, so I have to get my book out anyways. And one time I saw a pheasant, a beautiful male pheasant under a tree, or a bunch of a mama and dad duck with, or it was Canadian geese with at least 20 babies. So you start being able to connect, and you start to see what's around you, and you pay attention. So it's a real mechanism for rejuvenating and decharging. So
Right. And everything goes in time cycles. It's this period, which really, it feels like it's already started, that leading up to that 22nd of October, we're now beginning of September. So really the next 45 days are the beginning of a time cycle, which means that energy comes in waves. It's kind of like surfing in the spiritual world, that if you can catch those waves, you can have an amazing deep experience. That's why we do it every Navaratri. And we do it in conjunction with process, because process gives you the structure, it gives you the form, it gives you the technique, and it gives you the direction by which you generate energy and receive energy. And during this period is really critical because it's the time cycle for the mother to come in and to bless us, and to really strengthen that relationship. Why do we want to strengthen that relationship? Because it is where our soul came from. So we're going back to source, and you can't have the mother without the father there. So this is a Shiva Shakti path. It's the energies of the divine universal male energy plus the divine universal mother energy. And combined together, it creates a spark. And that's what we want to capture. We want to capture that spark, but we want to do it in a masterful way so that we receive. And so we can use the technique of working with the mother to help alleviate whatever is paining her in the creation. And we do that by generating high positive vibrations. And that's really part of mastery, is understanding the energies, receiving the energies, digesting the energies, working with the energies so that you can recreate at a higher level into the creation to help the planet. That's real mastery. And it starts with you. And so the techniques are using mantra, yantra, and both alchemizing a new form of energy, or transmuting the energy into creation for healing. And it's all
So
about healing.
the other thing that we also learn as we're doing these processes to help even the bringing in and trying to shift or alchemize, as Paul's saying, the negative to the positive, we also become masters of how to handle the reflection back. So as we're creating and we're working with this energy and creating a lot of high positivity, then the nature, or I want to say the negative forces, but that reflection will come back and you end up learning how to recognize those and don't take it personally. You kind of start going, oh, I see, we're doing something good because now I'm seeing that this is happening or that's happening, or little things that come in and you just at first think, oh my God, this is really bad, but then you start going, oh yeah, we're doing this process, or we're working with this mantra, and we're having this big group energy that's producing a lot of high positive. The negativity wants to go after it. So we as masters are also learning how to shift that or recognize that, and being able to not let it affect us. Does that make sense?
Yeah, a lot of people say, oh, it's just another meditation process. The spiritual path is like a continuing up circle of energy. And every time we do a process, there is a quantum amount of energy that we receive that helps strengthen our awareness and gets us in touch with our inner consciousness, our Brahma consciousness. And every year, there is always a greater, deeper, more expanded consciousness and understanding of my connection with the nature, our connection with each other, and our relationship with the divine masculine, which we call the Guru Parampara, which goes back all the way to Shiva. So it's really about receiving energy, being able to handle the high positive, to digest it, to be able to know how to masterfully work with the reflection in nature, and to be able to digest all of it in a way that it has an open heart, and it really begins to contribute back to the planet. And the planet just means people around us, the vibrations that we carry, and to understand our responsibility to be a contribution to society. One part, I mean, we hear about it in the news, we want to be a contribution to the society. The most important thing that we can contribute back to society is the power of love, and also the power of the mother's energy. Love and power is just Shiva Shakti. But the question we want to begin to understand is, how do we use that energy? How do we implement it? Where do we implement it? What's the right way to implement it? And do we see that contribution back from the people around us, our friends, our family, our coworkers? And these are all extensions of our relationship with the divine. Because if we're not happy, if we're not experiencing love in our heart, if we're not feeling a connection to, I would say, the nature as a primary thing, as a primary relationship, but also to our own inner consciousness. That's why we continue to meditate. That's why we continue to do the processes. And that's why we constantly are vigilant. You know, Swami said, the negativity is always knocking on your door, but we have to know when the positive is knocking on the door so that we can open that door and receive it in a beautiful way. Kowski, do you have any questions? Do you want to
No,
contribute?
but does anybody else have any questions about anything that we've shared? I mean, we're gonna go into this beautiful process. Hello, Ramya. Hello, Trish. So we were sharing earlier that we're going to be doing a 41-day process using a particular mantra to help shift negativity to positivity, using this time and the mother's energy of love and power to help create change, and doing our part with what Swami gave us. And then during the Navaratri times, we'll be doing a yantra and a fire homa on the 22nd of October. So that's for you guys to understand what we're doing, but we're really connecting with the mother and using her energy and creation, you know, the aspect of using the Sri Chakra and the Nada Bindu to be able to impact and shift what's going on, bringing in a different energy or a different reality, really, because that's what she's trying to do right now. We're in a major shift at the moment for all of humanity and the planet. So it's a good time to help her, and it's for all of humanity to start changing and moving forward. So that's our intention for this process.
And there are going to be a lot of people that there's a lot of people that send me emails, said that they couldn't be here at this particular intro. And really the intro is about, you know, just talking about it, what the process is going to look like. And also, believe it or not, we have a lot of new people that are very interested in this path because they feel the vibrations, they feel the energy, they understand something is happening in the world. They sense a profound change that's really unfolding. And you know, with the people that I've been interacting with, what they have been gaining out of the conversations is that the use of mantras is very powerful, because what mantras do is that they change vibrations. And we've already picked the mantra for this process, and it's one of the early days of when Sri Kaleshwar introduced some absolutely profound channels and mantras. It's almost as if that the earlier mantras had more potency to it. And so it's interesting because in the dialogue that I've been having with new people, you know, they say, I've been looking for something like this for a long time. I said, well, what is it that you've been doing? He said, well, I've been doing this meditation and that meditation, but it didn't have the potency of change. It didn't have the potency of transformation. The elements just have so much power to them, and they have so much vibrational frequency. And they said this. They said I felt more energized through one of the fire pujas, this fire ceremony meditations, than I've ever had in the last 5 years of doing other meditation, because Swami's mechanisms, Swami's teachings were about how to receive power, how to hold love and how to implement in the creation, how to implement in your life, how do you implement in your relationships with your family and your friends, and that's what's so unique about this path. It's taken me really 10 years after being 14 years in India to really understand the depth of these processes and the mechanisms behind them. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that. Anybody have any questions or anything that they wanted to contribute? Does uh, doesn't it feel like the world right now seems to be on the precipice and on the cusp of of chaos?
There's already been chaos, but it's on the precipice of change.
Yes.
We're looking at change. And that's what's happening. Whenever there's a big major change or shift, it's going to look chaotic because the old is trying to hold on and the new is trying to come in. And so there's this conflict that's happening. But that's why we all incarnated, is to be able to help at this time and to help move it in a positive direction. So that's what we were all drawn to Swami for, because we all, like Paul was saying, it wasn't just for our personal, although that's probably where most people started, but also everybody has a desire to be of service on the planet, particularly at this time. Our souls knew it. That's what drew us, to Swami and to being able to be part of this amazing journey.
Right.
And using the techniques that are so powerful. So it's now our time to implement everything we've learned to be of service on the planet. So does anybody have any questions or comments or sharing or anything? We will be starting this process. So our first class will be next Sunday, and then we will be starting the process Wednesday, the 13th. So that's just, believe it or not, it's next week and it's September, which is crazy. It's like, it seems like the time has accelerated dramatically, but so that's what we'll do. And we'll be going through to the 22nd.
And then on the 22nd, we're gonna have a fire puja at the Shirdi Sai Temple at nighttime from 7 to 8 p.m. So it's good, and we'll be broadcasting it live, and we'll also be here present so that everybody can attend.
Yep.
So I'm sorry I came late. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the same process that we were going to do in Sedona.
No.
Okay.
Different.
So is there the diksha of getting up crazy early to do the mantra?
No.
Okay. And so there's no travel for this process?
No.
Except
just around the corner to Shirdi Sai Temple.
Right.
Although for me, it's a flight, so I will be there.
Yes. It's a bit. Okay. Thank you.
Anybody else? No. Okay.
Great.
Nice to see you, Trish.
Blessings, Kausaki. It's good to be seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to see all of you too. And Gerard, it's good to feel your presence. Though I don't see you in physicality. I know you're there.
Gerard, we want to see your face. Gerard, we want to see your beautiful face.
Welcome to the fire. Come to the fire, you'll see my face.
I'm happy to be in your presence. Thank you. There you are, beloved. There you are.
Hi.
Hi.
Everybody's faces now. Okay.
Hey, Ramya.
Okay,
How
guys.
are you?
You too, darling.
Long time no see. Come to the next fire.
I will definitely try to do that.
Good, good, good. I'll give you a ride home.
That'll be good.
Yeah, we'll have someone pick you up, Trish.
There
Oh,
you
yeah,
go.
that's real service.
We're a full service spiritual company here.
That is, and don't I know it? Don't I know it?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, guys. So we're gonna sign off here. Thanks a lot for coming to this intro. We start next Sunday, 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'll send you guys everybody a invite so that they have it. Go ahead and register at srikaleshwaruniversity.org. That's where the registration is. So that's how I know who's going to be coming, and so I can send them the link. All right.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
All right. See you, everybody. God bless.
See you
Closing
tomorrow.
mantras.
Okay,
Closing
everyone.
mantras. Closing mantras, Kowski. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino
Sukhino
Bhavantu.
bhavantu.
Loka Samasta
Samasta.
Sukhino
Sukhino
Bhavantu.
bhavantu.
Loka Samasta
Samasta. Sukhino.
Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti
Shanti.
Shanti. God bless everyone. Have a great week.
Thank you, you too. See you tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Love to you.
Bye, guys. Bye, everyone. So good to see you.
Bye. Thank you, Ramya.